what people don't understand is it's actually so much bigger than that.
Oh, really?
This is,
what don't people understand that
this
you're
is
smart?
not only about our First Amendment right to speak.
But here's the thing about the First Amendment. The First Amendment protects free speech. It doesn't protect lies that amount to defamation. And that was the issue in the case.
Yes, exactly. You can't.
Credit to the interviewer there. Credit to the interviewer who's just like, yeah, but this isn't a free speech issue if you defame someone. Oh, fuck. Here it is. Here's the oh, fuck face. Oh, fuck. Don't know if this is going the way I thought it was going to go with that one. I was going to sit here and talk about free speech. I was going to pontificate on how I should be able to say whatever I want. Let's see how this goes. I'm very, very interested in what's going on. But real quick, I mean, the interviewer is 100% right. The free speech part of the First Amendment works in a lot of similar ways to the Second Amendment, right? Like you have the freedom to speak, but you cannot weaponize your speech, make it untrue, and harm someone else with it. In the same way that you have a right to own a gun, but you can't just point it and shoot it at someone indiscriminately. Now, you shoot somebody, you have a potential defense of self-defense, justifiable homicide, right? And if you defame somebody or harm their reputation, you have a justifiable defense of free speech because it's true. You can say this is justified speech. This shit happened. Some countries you don't get that, by the way. But you can say this happened. It's true. So I'm justified. Or you can say I made a mistake. I got a fact wrong. I relied on a fact that ended up being not true, but I couldn't really know about it at the time. So, that wasn't my fault. You have the ability to retract your statements, stuff like that. It's amazing that these amendments that have freedoms have limits when they run up against the rights of others, particularly property rights, because we are ultimately a nation built on this weird notion of property rights. And it's what separates us from the fucking commies. So I'll take it all day.
Go into the free speech does not protect you if you go into a crowded theater and you scream fire.
Yes, it does, you fucking dummy. Oh! We will never, ever be rid of this. We will never, ever be rid of this. Oliver Wendell Holmes is probably the line he regrets the most from the dicta of the Schenck decision, which had to do with a socialist communist community printing flyers and distributing them and being charged with a crime for it. Oliver Wendell Holmes makes an offhanded comment about how free speech doesn't protect everything. For example, screaming fire in a crowded theater. But the actual solution is, or the actual answer to the fire in a crowded theater bit is so much more complicated, because there are all sorts of free speech reasons why you might be able to yell fire in a crowded theater. For one, if the theater's on fire, you absolutely can, if it's true. For two, if it's part of a play, production, or thing happening at the theater, there's a great way that you can walk into a crowded theater, yell fire. Three, if no one is injured at all because it's not believable, then you are protected by your free speech. If it's a satire, if it's a parody, if it's something, if a reasonable person would not believe your thing about yelling fire in a crowded theater, then there's all sorts of ways to protect yourself. It's not this blanket statement. And Oliver Wendell Holmes was just trying to provide some analogy that some people could identify with in the thing, because you have to speak through analogy when you have a novel subject. But that statement itself was basically walked back. And I think, the next 9 First Amendment cases that Oliver Wendell Holmes wrote an opinion or a dissent on.
We get the concept of free speech from the Greeks. My understanding of what that means is not just the freedom to speak. It's a freedom to speak truth to power.
Nope. You dumb bitch. That has nothing to do with, we get it from the Greeks, and it's to speak truth to power. I'm not so sure either of those points are really nailing this one. No, it's literally your right to speak, to say what you want without a government intervention. That's what it is. It's literally your right to say anything without a government intervention. And then there are exceptions, which, by the way, the Constitution pretty clearly says Congress shall make no law, and we allow tons of laws infringing on free speech. I mean, that's just how it goes. But it has nothing to do with truth to power. I mean, truth to power is a subset of speech that is protected. And the subset of speech that is protected is, it's like a little circle inside the very big Venn diagram circle that says damn near all of it. And then there's a little circle outside of the big giant circle. It says damn near all speech. It says like defamation, specific acts amounting to treason, fraud, those types of things. Holy shit. Truth to power. It's a narrative.
The truth is the word.
Yes.
And that was the issue.
And that's all I spoke. And I spoke it to power, and I paid the price.
You did not speak truth to power. You spoke to the Washington Post. What power were you speaking to? Oh, wait. Were you speaking truth, as you call it, to power? Were you speaking to power, Amber? Are you saying that the Washington Post piece was targeted to some sort of power? What power were you speaking to? The power that would have the ability to remove Johnny Depp? Are you explaining now, just with words, the thing that the jury figured out about your op-ed? I think so. I mean, I think that's your issue. I spoke truth to power. Well, speaking to power was a big part of the problem. You targeted this thing at these people.